is 311 fan. I am. Alright. Okay. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, this is exciting. Hiding sucks. Where to start? Welcome, first off. This is Jordan. If you don't know why you're here, I invite you to check it out. Why are you here? Figure it out, man. Here is the only place to be. Now is the only time it is. Yeah. For those of you who have not seen what I do before, I play disc golf a lot. I just got back, so I've started playing in 2006, so 20 years now. The reason I started is I was in a really dark place. Like a really dark place. My mom had been killed 4 years earlier. Intentionally. And the few years of hell was just ending. I was, I guess, maybe back to normal. I don't know what is normal. By that point, end of July is when she died, 2002. By 2006, I had started my photography business, ran that for almost 10 years. No, shoot, that's wrong. Yeah, that was well before that. I had already been doing photography for a couple of years. I was in a networking group. That's right. That's how I found the game. A friend of mine who, Kirk, I forget his last name off the top of my head. He's passed away since. He was a hell of a violinist. In fact, I'm pretty sure he has The Devil Went Down to Georgia that he's done on YouTube. So I'll see if I can find that and put in the show notes here. Yeah, that guy was a good guy. He said he owned a business, psychosocial rehab for kids, PSR. He had an office in eastern Idaho and one here in Boise. And when he came here to open it up, he joined the networking group that I was a part of, had founded, called Business Network International, a chapter here in Boise. And he said that he mentioned in one of our meetings one day, Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. every week, he mentioned that he would take his kids out to go disc golf sometimes because of what it offered. Learning a new skill, some patience, some honesty, some facing the fact that we're a novice in almost everything in life. And so, keeping a beginner's mind, that's one of the things I like about the game, is that there's always something new to discover. For me, at this point, it's mostly internal. And the adjustments that I make in my head and heart and how I'm feeling that allow me to not be separate from the disc. It's really weird to feel this way, to say it, to think of it. I've been reading, again, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, and at the end of that, Socrates tells Dan that when there's an I in the execution of what you're doing, you're separate. It's not a natural. There's a resistance. Yeah. And when that separateness exists, the completion of the activity is unfulfilled. There's a lot of levels to that. It goes real deep, real fast. And the technical stuff, the physical movements must be the physical movements when they are practiced for a sustained period of time in earnest, with improvement and expert skill attainment as the goal, will eventually, as long as it's not given up on, eventually result in success. and that's it. Almost any endeavor, almost. Playing against 22-year-olds as a 46-year-old guy it's a little challenging, a little intimidating. Some of those guys are throwing it twice as far as I can. Well, maybe not twice. I'm still pumping it probably 400 or something. 400 feet, not yards. If you've never played disc golf, it's measured in feet. If you've never played and you're unfamiliar with the game, I invite you to go check it out. I'll put some show notes down as well in below whatever platform you're seeing this. There will be some show notes. So, yeah, when I found the game, I was in a pretty dark place. Kirk Vauclain, no, that's another guy who was a photographer. Mentor of mine ran the pro forum for photographers. Kirk introduced me to the game. I went and bought, I think, 6 discs and went and played. And I was not immediately hooked, but within probably a couple of weeks of being out the first time, I met up with some of the guys who played regularly at the course. One of the gentlemen had played for 20, 25 years at that time. This was almost 20 years ago. Greg Buchelman. And I started to play with him regularly, a couple times a week in the morning, moderately early in the summers. And we got to playing a bunch. And I remember distinctly, at one point, he said, "You long arms," and he was talking about me. And I was incredulous. Like, what are you talking about? I don't, what do you mean? And at that point, I'd been probably playing for close to a year, I believe. I'd played a couple of tournaments, and I still didn't think I was that accomplished. I mean, I grew up playing baseball. I started playing when I was 5, and I found great success early on. Played in college, injured my shoulder, wasn't able to continue, and then years later, found the game of disc golf, and I was hooked. Like I said, within a couple of weeks, it's like there's these scrawny guys. And you go, scrawny guys. Yeah, a friend named Bridger Baxter, who's another soul. It's gone to heaven. He was throwing it way longer than me when I first started, and I was a little pissed because he was skinny. He wasn't scrawny, but he wasn't a real big guy. But he was throwing the piss out of it, man. He's a lefty, and he could throw it, man. He could throw it. He could probably get it out close to 4, And at that time, I was, like I said, pretty new. Didn't have any clue as to technique and everything. And I'm like, man, these little guys are throwing it twice as far as I am. Sometimes 3 with the big guys who can throw. And I'm like, this is nuts. There's got to be a secret here. There's got to be something that I can do to do what they do. And so I went to school. And I've done this since I was a kid. Like I said, grew up playing baseball. My dad's a professional guitarist. And he has work ethic, man. There are times I envy him in that way. At the same time, I'm able to release some things that he has trouble with as far as, letting go of what there is to do. So it's just different perspectives. So his work ethic became my work ethic, and my daughter's playing softball right now. And she's having a blast. She's pitching. She's learning. In fact, I'm heading to her game here. She has a game in 45 minutes. And it is so much fun to watch her. It's new for her. I see her getting tired after 3 innings. She's a junior at Centennial here in Boise. And I watch her pitching. She's excited the first couple innings, and she's go. 3rd inning, she's pretty good. By the time the 4th inning gets there, and I don't know what it is, and her and I have discussed this, and I'm wanting to help her as much as I can, but as much as she'll allow me is the more important piece. She'll get to the 4th inning, and something changes. I don't know if it's the team demeanor and her reflection of that. Maybe an error is made behind her defensively. And her and I've talked about that for probably a couple of years now. She's been playing for 4 years, pitching for probably 3. Been taking lessons for a year and a half, 2, and making stellar progress. It's amazing to see how much progress she's making. and we talk about these things, the more the mental end of the game and the emotional reactions and the physiological stuff where we get tired at a certain point and we don't understand. We just aren't aware, right? We aren't aware. We don't understand that there's a disconnect between energy in our brain that's being conserved and preserved for the body so that we aren't able to think. We become a more emotionally based individual at that point. And so in her learning process, I'm asking her these things of how do you feel at that point? She's trying to recall after the game. She's already pretty tired by that point. I made a couple of suggestions. I might just bring her, like a dozen bananas and say, put, maybe I'll wrap it in a box and put third inning gift and give it to the team and have them open it and they all get a banana in the middle of the game. A friend of mine, Phil Arthur, one of the founders of Prodigy Disc Golf, an amazing man. I've talked about him for years and years and years. Hi, Phil. If you end up seeing this, I appreciate what you've done in the world. You're an amazing leader. You've been a mentor of mine for a long time from afar. And, meeting you and going through what we did through that process of getting to know each other in Rock Hill and Santa Cruz, man, that was great. So much fun. So I appreciate it. Where was I? Rabbit hole. So in that process of discussing with my daughter how she reacts during these challenges, that's not just an application to sports. So if any of you have played any sport really that has a challenge and in which sport does not, mental challenges, you find that if you don't progress with your mentality, with your mindset, with your approach of how you do things, you just get run out of the game. The speed of the game takes over, and if you aren't able to stay up physically, it's probably a while since you've been able to stay up to pace mentally. And that stuff usually falls away pretty quick. By the time you're in varsity in high school, it's pretty high level competition. Kids take it seriously. They've been playing for, by the time you're 18 years old, playing as a senior in high school, you might have been swinging a bat for close to 15 years, throwing a ball for 15 years of your life, right? I think I was 5, maybe 4 when I started playing. And my dad introduced the game to us, my brothers and I, and it was great. I don't know if I've told my daughter this story even. There was one day my younger brother, Lauren, he's the middle and Sam's the youngest. Sam wasn't big enough to be playing yet, to throw in. And my brother and I, Lauren, were back and forth playing catch, and Lauren had a right-handed glove, throwing right-handed, the glove on his left hand, and I was the opposite. And my dad was watching us, and he just said, "Hey, come here, guys," and he took the gloves and he swapped them, gave me the left hand or the right-handed glove that went on my left hand, if you've not played baseball, and gave my brother Lauren the lefty, and we started throwing that way, and it was just more natural. It was really cool to see, I'm sure, from a father's perspective, and it's like, wow, that was an opportunity for us to go to the next level. Like, we can change that, Thank you, Dad. By the way, I love you. You're an amazing man. You're one of my heroes, my first hero. I love you. My dad's 73 now. He's born in 52. Almost a leap year baby by like a year, I think. February 28th. Anyway, the way I remember that is Mickey Mantle's rookie year. Anyway, lots of stories. Where did we start here? I don't even remember. Rabbit holes are fun. Anyhow, if you've not played disc golf, if you're looking for something to get you into a little healthier place, physically, mentally, emotionally, this is what did it for me. And you can probably see it. Yeah, all of these right here. Actually, you know what? This one. I have a wasp in my bag. Obviously not this one. I don't know. I won't go through these much. I want to show you this though. This is something I'm pretty proud of. So I've been playing professionally since 2008. Started playing in 2006. Started playing professionally, maybe 2009. I think I played 3 years amateur. And 10, 9, 9. And throughout the years, I've taken a couple of times away, some stints away from the game, a couple of years away from the game. And I always went and played a few times, didn't practice religiously like I do normally. And then a few years back, decided that I was going to see what I could do again. Didn't end up touring that time, but I did come back and play the first tournament of the year here in Boise called the Treasure Valley Cup. That's been around for probably close to 20 years now. Yeah, I think I was there for the second or third one. J.B. Evans and Justin Archambault ran that, and so 2021, I decided I was going to get back out and give it another shot and see what I could do. Play Masters, which is 40 plus. I was like 42 at the time. Hadn't been playing for a couple of years, like I said. And the first big tournament of the year, I played, I think, one prior to that. First big tournament of the year was the Treasure Valley Cup, and it's an A tier, which is the highest tiered tournament in Idaho. There's a few of them now, but a few years ago there was only a couple. There's probably 4 or 5 at this point. And I came out and played well. Didn't play perfect, but played well, and kept my cool mentally throughout the entire tournament. And it was a Mike Bachman course, I believe. Mike is one of our local legends here in Boise. If you're watching this, Mike, thank you. I really appreciate you. And I just mentioned yesterday at doubles that I want to play a Bachman layout again this year. And that tournament was both at Ann Morrison here in Boise and Eagle Island. And I, like I said, at the end of the first round, I felt I was okay, and I think I was tied for the lead, maybe second. And then we went to Treasure Valley, Eagle Island for the second day of the tournament. There was 3-day tournament. That's right, A tier. Second day of the tournament. I think that was at Eagle Island, and then the third day was there as well. Anyway, ended up playing pretty well. I think I shot 19 down for the tournament, 6 the first day, and anyway, it was amazing, and that's why I wanted to show you this. I'm not sure if you can see it there, Treasure Valley Cup 2022, big old growler from Drink, Rinse, Repeat here, I believe, in Boise. Sponsors Innova, GSDGC, and 208 Discs. Another gentleman who's no longer with us, Jason Oxen. Man, there's a lot of sadness in this world. And the older we get, there's more that's around us all the time. People die. Everybody dies. I was talking just the other day that there's been a claim that the first person to live forever might be in our presence already on planet Earth. Telomeres. If you don't know what those are, just take a look. I'll put a couple links there with telomeres in the show notes too. Yeah. Life's tough sometimes. Keep going. There's nothing wrong with being sad. Nothing wrong with asking for help. In fact, if you need help, please reach out. If I can't help you, I will find somebody who can. Point you in the right direction. Matthew McConaughey had I'll link that one too. That's one of my favorites. There's a speech he did that somebody put together, a montage on a video on YouTube. It's on one of my playlists at the end of my regular meditation, 20-minute meditation. I'll link that one here too. And he goes through this wonderful monologue, probably a graduation, something like that. Keynote speech, and pretty touching. Life's hard. Let's not make it harder. And the way we make it harder, one of them anyway, is connection. We isolate ourselves. That's why I got into disc golf. I'll bring this full circle. That's one of the reasons I got into disc golf, because I was wallowing in my own self-pity. I don't know if that's accurate. I was at the end of hell. I was at the end of being sick and disgusted with where I was. And that was a tough time. 2006, like I said, 4 years after my mom died. 2002, 4 years after my mom died. This too shall pass. If it's hard right now, it's okay. There's nothing new under the sun. That one's a tough one to swallow. If you think you're going through something that nobody knows how you feel, I'm sorry, you're not correct. Somebody else has been through what you're going through. Not to say that they know exactly your situation, not to say that they have the answers, not to say that they even want to discuss what you're going through, but somebody else has been there. Trust me. And it's okay to be fearful. It's okay not to know what's going to happen. It's okay to cry. I've been watching more and more on my Facebook stuff, seeing people in the groups that I'm a part of doing my best to give back, with the knowledge that I've accumulated and the perspective of somebody who's been through the shit, to somebody who is going through it currently and is unable to see the other side, that there is any resolution to the problems that they're going through, and that, there might be only one answer: to be out of pain. Do me a favor, please. I need you to do something for me. I need you to do something for me if this is you, or you know somebody who's in pain. Just be with them. Go be with somebody. Ask for help. Figure out who cares enough for you that would do something, that would hold your hand, that would listen. Jason? That guy? He was a pretty private guy. Started a business, 208 Discs, here in Boise. Was doing pretty damn well. Had the business for a few years, was really disciplined. Maybe even 6 years. 7 years he had it. And he got to a place where I don't know what he was feeling. I don't know what exactly was going on. I have a little bit of insight, but he felt alone. He felt rejected. He felt abandoned. Not that anybody did that to him. And if it did happen, it's never intentional. Well, I'm sorry, that's not accurate. Sometimes it is. My circumstances were somebody intentionally wanted to experience killing someone. It happens. I've had many people tell me, be careful with taking this on. Be careful with reliving this. I've paid mentors. I paid a mentor $2,500 one time to tell me that you may want to look elsewhere and not do this. You be careful. And I appreciate the warning. I did. I still do. At the same time, chasing money in any venture, while what I've been through can be an example for somebody else, so that they don't experience what some of my friends have. I'm not gonna. That's a responsibility I'm willing to take on. And it hurts. There are times it's like I'm reliving it. Okay, bring it on. Bring it on. I've been through worse. I need you to do something for me. If you're suffering and you need help, ask. There are a million people out there who want to help. And there are more resources than you're aware that are here for you. I don't care what you're going through. If I'm unable to help, I'll find somebody who can. I'll point you in the right direction. I'll do everything I can to help you understand that you're not alone. I've had people sit with me for hours. Hours and hours and hours. And just listen. Sometimes it was valuable, sometimes it wasn't. Okay. Cool. It's all been part of the learning experience. Everything you've been through is part of your learning experience. And you have something to offer the world. I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons I'm still here and alive, is that I have something to offer the world. I have a gift. I don't know how to use it yet. Well, I've used it. I don't know how to maximize it yet. And I need you to do something for me. This is probably it. One of the ways, anyway. I need you to do something for me. I'm very intentional with my vocabulary. And need is a disempowering word. And if somebody accepts a need of mine, accepts this responsibility, and for me, I consider it a duty and really an honor to be able to wear my heart on my sleeve and tell people that I know how bad life can get. I don't know how bad your life is, but I know how bad life can get. If you need help, there's help, man. I've got a disc golf project I'd like to make happen. If you're interested in that, reach out. It's called Disc Golf Saved My Life. This one is difficult for me to put out there. I don't know why. It's been one of the more difficult things for me to publicize, because I started it once and I couldn't keep going. Maybe this is the warning that my mentor said, just beware. Because it gets scary when I'm vulnerable. Doing this is scary. This is vulnerable. This is something that, people can criticize. You can comment down below. You can, this is becoming comical at times. Fuck the comments. Fuck the likes. This is about connection. The reason I'm still here is I had people who were willing to take as long as it took to connect with me. And there were others who said, you need to do this on your own. You need to figure this out. And there were others who said, give me your money and I'll help you. And there were some who I gave my money who didn't actually help me. Imagine that. I need you to do something. I have a need here in this world. Ask for help. If not for you, for somebody else. And sit with them. I've seen this many times. I've had people ask me, what do you do? What can I do for somebody who's in just a place of sheer pain? They're in hell. There's no way to put it. They're in hell. It's that first 3 years that I talk about. That was fucking hell. There's no other way to put it. It was absolute hell. I did not know if the next day was going to come. panic on a regular basis. Thankfully, I've had a lot of people who love me and care about me enough to see me through that process. And I know there are people out there who don't have that. So I need you to help me. I need your help. Do something. Follow what you know is the right thing. Sometimes I like showing emotion. Sometimes I don't. I don't like showing this emotion. Fucking sucks. I feel like a victim. I feel like I'm playing games. I don't know how to not have this be part of my life. It's not a fucking game. There's a coach who I've last story before we wrap this up. There's a coach who made a post on Facebook, had a pretty well done video, I think, that he had done himself. I forget, no, actually I do. Johnny Collins is his name. I'll tell you why that's funny in a second. Actually, that's probably time for another one of these. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm not going to... Let's finish this up. I need you to do something for me. I need you to do something for me. Ask for help before you need it. Give help before they ask. Act out of love. Notice when people are crying out for love. Can you do that for me? Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.